What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with Samsung Galaxy A03 tips and tricks. So join me as I show you a variety of different hidden features for this device. Now, the first thing that I want to show you is how to enable a really awesome feature called Edge Panels. So by default, Edge Panels is not enabled, but to enable it, we're going to pull down the shade, go to the gear, which takes us to the settings. Then from here, go to search, type in Edge, and you'll see it right there. Go to Edge Panels, go there once again, and you can see that it's not currently enabled. So we can now enable this, and you'll see on the right side here, there's this little notch, and if you swipe that over, we now have quick access to a variety of different apps. Now you can further customize this. You can remove different apps, you can add other ones in, which is pretty nice. And in addition to that, you can go to this gear icon, and we don't actually have to have apps here. You can have people, you can have Smart Select, tasks, weather, tools, reminders, and even the clipboard. And you can even access other panels in the Galaxy Store. So certainly a really awesome feature there. It makes it easy to access all kinds of different things. So you can set this up exactly how you want to, so that it goes along with how you like to use your phone. And then also in the Edge Panel settings, you can further customize the appearance of the Edge Panel. So you can go right here, and you can actually choose the color. So you can pick all kinds of different colors. There's even a further selector here with pretty much any color in the rainbow. You can also make adjustments to the transparency of it and the size of it as well. You can also change the location to the left side of the phone if you want to, and you can also lock that in place. So certainly a lot of different customizations there available for the Edge Panel. Now with the Samsung Galaxy A03, we have a very large display here at 6.5 inches. Now with the display of that size, it is pretty difficult, if not impossible, to reach all portions of the display with just one hand. Now thankfully, Samsung has come up with a really good solution to this, and it's called One-Handed Mode. Now to access this, you're going to pull down the shade, go to the settings, go to search, type in one, and let that load. Handed, and you'll see right there, one-handed. There it is right there. And then you have to enable that because it's not enabled by default. And then we have two different options for how to access one-handed mode. Now by default, it actually wants us to use gestures to access it. I personally find that pretty difficult, so I always do the button option instead. So essentially, if you double tap on the home button, it will put us right into one-handed mode. So by doing that, you can see now it shrinks the entire screen down. Then from here, we can actually just go anywhere throughout the operating system, and essentially we have a mini phone here. We can also move this around. We can move it from one side to the other. So maybe if you're left-handed, you'd want to do it this way. And then if you're right-handed, you'll want to have it on the right side. And then if you hold on to the outside here, you can actually further resize and customize this. So maybe you want the one-handed mode to be a little bit larger, then you can do that. Or if you want to adjust the size so it's even smaller, you can do that too. So certainly very convenient there. And then if you want to completely exit one-handed mode, you just tap outside of this little mini phone here. So then from there, it takes us right back to the normal mode here. And then if we want to get back to one-handed mode, you just double press on the home button once again. Now this is relatively simple, but the next thing I want to show you is how to take a screenshot with the Samsung Galaxy A03. All you have to do is hold the volume down and power button very briefly. And there we go, we just took the screenshot. Then from there you can share it, customize it, or delete it. Let's try that out one more time. So there we go, a quick and easy way to take a screenshot with the Galaxy A03. Now the next thing I want to show you is a quick and easy way to access the camera app on the Samsung Galaxy A03. And all you have to do is just double press on the power button, just like that. And now we're here in the camera app. And you can be anywhere throughout the operating system, and just by double pressing on that button, it now pulls up the camera. But what's especially awesome is that we can actually customize this so that it pulls up any app on the device. So what you're going to do is pull down the shade, go to the settings, go to search, type in side, and you'll see right there side key. Go there, then go to side key, and you can see here that we do indeed have quick launch camera enabled by default. Now you can actually completely disable side key if you want and just have it function as a standard power button. But if you want to as well, you can go here to open app, And then you can choose any app that you want to have double press on the power button to access. So let's say we want to do Instagram instead. It's now set to Instagram. So now no matter where I am throughout the phone, just by double pressing on that power button, I'm going to pull up Instagram. The next thing that I want to show you is how to hide apps with the Samsung Galaxy A03. So the app drawer is certainly one of my favorite features on Android devices, and you can further customize this by actually hiding any app that you want. So to do this, all you have to do is go to the upper right corner here, go to those three dots, then go to Settings, and then you'll see right there, Hide Apps. So once you're there, you can now select any apps that you want to hide. So let's say we want to hide Facebook, for example. Just select that. Now it's in the list of hidden apps. Go to Done. And then now, Facebook is not anywhere to be found in the list of apps here. It's missing from the home screen, and it's also missing from the app drawer. And then, to bring it back, we just go to the same exact spot. So go to Settings, Hide Apps, and you'll see it right there. So remove that from the Hidden Apps area. Go to Done once again. And then now, Facebook has returned to the app drawer. Now it does stick it at the end here, so you will have to re-add this to the home screen, for example, if that app or any other app is one that you tend to keep on the home screen in addition to the app drawer. But that is how to hide an app with this device. Now with the Galaxy A03, we do have the traditional Android 3-button navigation enabled by default. Now in my understanding, even now in 2022, there are many people who prefer this over gesture-based navigation. However, this device does feature the ability to have gesture navigation, so it might be something that you might want to try out if you've never used it before. So then you can get a better idea of which method of navigation you prefer. Now to get there, you're going to pull down the shade, go to the settings, go to search, type in nav, let that load, and you'll see right there, navigation bar. Go to navigation bar, and then you'll see two different options. So the first option, of course, is enabled by default, and that is the button navigation. Now, in addition to that, we can actually customize the button order. So if you want to have the back button on the left side and the recent apps button on the right side, you can actually switch that around very easily there. We can also take that back to how it was before. But then, if we want to try out gesture navigation, we can go there and enable that. So now you'll see that the three buttons are now missing at the bottom of the device, and we just have one line down here instead. So essentially with this, if you swipe up, it'll take you to the home screen. If you swipe partially up, it'll take you to your recent apps. And then if you swipe from the side, it'll take you back. You can also go here for more options to further customize things. There's even this other option called swipe from bottom. And if you do that, it's kind of a hybrid of the two because we'll have three lines at the bottom. If you swipe up on the middle one, it takes you home. If you swipe up from the one on the left side, it'll take you to your recent apps. And then if you swipe up from the one on the right, it'll take you back. So that's pretty interesting as well. So what I recommend doing is trying out all these various navigation options to see which one you prefer. Because like I mentioned before, you might think that you prefer the default 3-button navigation, but then you might try out gestures and then decide that you actually prefer that instead. So I definitely recommend trying out all those different options on your Galaxy A03. Now with the Galaxy A03, you can double tap on the display to actually wake up the device. Then from there, you can either put in your PIN code to access it, or you can use Face Unlock. But you can actually disable double tap to wake if you want to. And there's also some other things you can customize as well. So let me show you that. So you're going to pull down the shade, go to the settings, go to search, type in gesture, and you'll see right there motions and gestures. So go there. And then from here, you can see that all three of these are already enabled by default. However, you might not be too familiar with these various options. So the first one is to double tap to turn on the screen. So I think that is a pretty nice feature, but if you find yourself accidentally turning on the screen and maybe your phone might put in your password incorrectly by accident just by having it be in your pocket, you can always disable that if you want to. But this one's pretty interesting as well. Double tap to turn off the screen. So you can double tap in an empty space on the home or lock screen to turn off the actual display. So let's try that out right now. Wow, that's pretty cool. So that did turn off the display. We can then double tap to wake it back up. And then let's try that on the actual lock screen. There we go. So you can easily double tap on this device on either the lock screen or the home screen to turn off the display. And then the final option here is turn over to mute. So if you have an incoming call and you don't want to answer that call, but you also don't want it to keep ringing, you want to actually mute the call, then all you have to do is put your phone face flat on a table or any other surface, and then it will mute the call. Now another option here is called display settings. So many of these things in here might be familiar to you. However, you can see right here we do have dark mode. So the phone is set to light mode by default. However, in many situations, especially if it's darker outside, I can see dark mode coming in handy, but there are further customizations here. So you can actually set a schedule for dark mode, and you can also enable adaptive color filter. So it will turn on eye comfort shield automatically between sunset and sunrise to reduce the strain on your eyes. But as far as enabling dark mode automatically, you can have that set to the same thing, where it'll be enabled when the sun sets, and then when it rises, it will get out of dark mode, or you could even set a custom schedule. Then going back to the main display settings, you can see we also have a direct area to access eye comfort shield. So you can have this be always on if you want it to be. You can also go here to set the schedule here instead. And you can also further customize this to a variety of different color temperatures. So the default mode for this is kind of in the center, but if you really want the maximum eye comfort shield, you can really crank this up if you want, or you can go the completely other direction here. So I do appreciate that we do have the ability to customize this so that things are exactly the way you want it to be. Now, if you want to get more battery life out of your Galaxy A03, you can go to the settings here and then go down to the battery and device care. And then once you're there, go to battery, and then we can go down to power saving mode, and we have a few different options. The first thing is you can just enable the regular power saving mode, and by doing this, it is going to cut out different background tasks such as syncing and location data, and by doing that, it will make your battery last quite a bit longer. However, you can further customize what happens when you turn on power saving mode down here. So you can see right now, it will limit the CPU speed by 70%, and decrease brightness by 10%. And then there's one other option called limit apps and home screen. You can enable that as well to really get the most out of the power saving mode here. Now the final thing I want to show you is how to customize the clock on the lock screen. So here's how it looks right now. Pretty nice. It shows you the time and then what day it is, but you can further customize that. So to do this, we're going to pull down the shade, go to the settings, go to search. You're going to type in clock, and you'll see right there clock style, then go there. And then you'll see that we do have a variety of different formats for the actual clock itself. So if you want more of an analog look to it, you can do that. So different customizations here. Let's try that out. You can even change the color of it as well to different gradients. Or if you want to pick a set color, you can do that too. Then from there, go to done. And then now, when you go to the lock screen on your device, you'll see a totally different looking clock here. So you can customize that however you want to, or you can just keep it the way it is. But this concludes my video on tips and tricks for the Samsung Galaxy A03. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it to be helpful. If you did, then definitely give the video a thumbs up. But this is Kevin here, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a great rest of your day.